Hey everybody, we're continuing to go through one of the latest Integrity Commission reports in relation to alleged irregularities in the construction of a development that's taking place at Waycliffe Close in Beverly Hills, St. Andrew. I'm Dionne Jax-Miller. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're picking up on where we left off in the previous report, and the Director of Investigations now is going through the accounts of the various people he interviewed in connection to the development. So let's start with Norman Brown. Norman Brown is a director of Estatebridge, and the director refers to a statement that he obtained in December 2023 in relation to an investigation into Prime Minister Andrew Holness's statutory declarations. When asked about this development, Mr. Brown said that the project consists of 4-bedroom townhouses located at Waycliffe Close in Beverly Hills, St. Andrew. He said based on his investment, he assumed a supervisory role, but the project is managed by Mr. Kennedo Nesbeth of KNN Design and Construction Limited. Now on October 31, 2024, Mr. Brown was interviewed according to what are called the judge's rules, and these are a set of rules that govern how you can question potential suspects in a matter. And when he was asked about the composition and layout of the proposal submitted to the KSAMC in respect of the development, his answer was, I was not involved then in terms of the application. I became aware of the scope of the thing when I became an investor in the project. As far as I know, the scope of the project is 4 townhouses consisting of 4 habitable rooms, which would include 2 bedrooms in each unit. The director then speaks about his interview in relation to Sydjea Anderson, another director of Estatebridge. She lives overseas, so he contacted her via email on October 24, 2024, with a view to interviewing her. On November 2nd, he said her lawyer acknowledged the request and said she would take instructions, meaning find out what it is that Ms. Anderson wanted to do. Advised that she would take instructions and revert on her behalf by the week following, meaning talk to Ms. Anderson, find out what she wanted, and then come back to the director with that. But up to the date of this report, the director says nothing further has been received from either Ms. Anderson or her attorney. So he refers now to a witness statement dated January 30, 2024 that he got from her again in relation to the investigation into the Prime Minister's statutory declarations. And based on that witness statement, she said that Andrew Holness is her sibling. She had said she was a shareholder and director of Estatebridge. She said it was established to pursue business in real estate, including development, investment, and rental. She said the business operations of Estatebridge are few and generally managed by Director Norman Brown. Day-to-day real estate development / construction at 2 Waycliffe Close has been outsourced to a business contractor. And she said the directors of Estatebridge are responsible for the accounting records, but as the day-to-day operations are generally managed by Director Norman Brown, he retains primary control over the accounting records. Other records are maintained by the company secretary. Then in relation to Adam Holness, the director says that though the company secretary stated that the day-to-day operations are pretty much shared among the directors, in line with Mr. Brown's evidence, Ms. Anderson stated that business operations are generally managed by Director Norman Brown, so the director said he didn't find it necessary to speak to Adam Holness. KNN Designs and Constructions. This is a building contractor, and he references a contract entered into on July 17, 2021 between Estatebridge and KNN Designs and Construction. And the contract says, in part, the contractor shall use his best efforts to supervise the works and maintain strict compliance with all terms and conditions of the business approvals granted by the relevant authorities. The contractor shall provide a report at each stage of the project outlining compliance with all terms and conditions of the building approvals. Where potential breaches are assessed, the contractor must immediately inform the owner. Then Mr. Nesbeth, the building contractor, the report says, was personally involved in construction of the development. During the director's first inspection of the site on July 12, 2024, the director's investigations inquired of Mr. Nesbeth, who was on site at the time, the reason for removing the partition was. He verbally stated that a previous foreman on the project had conducted some additional works, which his team was now in the process of correcting, in order to comply with the approved 3-bedroom townhouses. On October 16, 2024, Mr. Nesbeth was interviewed and a witness statement recorded. He said, in part, at no point during construction was there a deviation from the approved building plan. He says there was no breach of the construction. Deviations from the plan, such as size of bathrooms and door locations, may have shifted or changed, which may have occurred during construction, but at the end of the project would be brought to the attention of the KSAMC and or by an amended plan if needed. The construction maintained the approved 4 habitable rooms approved by the KSAMC. He said at some point in the construction, major plumbing issues were discovered after putting water in the building. Water was coming through conduit pipes located in the walls, and we had a backfall of sewage in most of the slabs. As such, major adjustments of these plumbing issues were needed, which entails major digging of walls and slabs. He said, I can say at no point was the construction in breach. I can strongly and blatantly deny that at no point was an explanation given to officers of the Integrity Commission that there was a construction of 4 bedrooms and the walls were being removed to conform to an approved plan of 3 bedrooms. I also did not give an explanation that the walls were being removed to comply with the approved plan of 3 bedrooms. He said inspectors from the KSAMC visited the development about 3 or 4 times. They visited at the pouring of the foundation and also to inspect the slabs at different intervals. I was there on one occasion when the inspectors from the KSAMC visited. At no point in time throughout that construction was I ever involved that there was a breach of the approved building plan by officers of the KSAMC. He said the development was approved for 4 townhouse units consisting of 2 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. There was no agreement between me and the clients to construct units consisting of 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms at no point. Regarding the 4 bathrooms, each bedroom has a bathroom. 1 bathroom is located on the split level and 1 on the ground level. He said no application for an extension of the construction or amendment to the approved building plan was made to the KSAMC. At the end of construction, if necessary, amendments will be submitted to the KSAMC. The report goes on to say the director highlights that the representations made by Mr. Nesbeth to the director's investigators on July 12, 2024, and those made in his witness statements on October 16, 2024, concerning the number of bedrooms contained in the development. Moreover, the reason Mr. Nesbeth gave in his witness statement for the walls being demolished would suggest they would be reconstructed rather than simply removed. To probe the discrepancies further, the director sought a witness statement from blacks. The carpenter Mr. Nesbeth referred to in his witness statement as having been responsible for the plumbing error which led to major adjustments being required. It was, however, not possible to identify his full name nor to locate him. Then the report looks at the inspection and monitoring of the KSAMC. So the report indicates a table showing inspections executed by the KSAMC for the development at 2 Wycliffe Close. There are 3 inspections noted. April 18, 2022, when steelworks were said to be in order. May 9, 2022, steelwork satisfactory. Pouring is advised with the condition that all setbacks are adhered to. And another date that's unclear on the form, when steelworks to roof slabs were said to be satisfactory, timber members in order, pouring is advised. No further details were included in the KSAMC documentation relating to the inspections. Mr. Orion Brown, Field Officer, in a statement dated August 19, 2024, said, "I do not recall making any assessment on the proposed building application. If my memory serves me correct, I visited the location only once to do an inspection. This was at the foundation stage where I conducted an inspection of the steelwork to ensure it complies with the approved plan." Another KSAMC field officer, Roshane Hamilton, said, "On all my visits to 2 Waycliffe Close, I observed that the construction was in structural conformity with what was approved on the building plan. At no point did I observe any deviation or irregularity in what was being conducted on the site." Roshane Hamilton also said, "I recall doing the roofing inspection and the fact that another inspection was not requested. It is safe to say this was a final inspection." The report then lists the conclusions drawn by the Director of Investigation. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there because the video is getting a little bit long and I know y'all don't like videos that are too long. So I'll pause it there, and in my third and final video in this series, I'll finish going through the report, and I'll also go through the responses from Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the directors of Estatebridge. I'm Dionne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.